هشام عبدالله، رئيس قسم السلامة في ألمنيوم البحرين، عضو في شركة ألمنيوم البحرين منذ عام 2000. التحق بالألبا في قسم خدمات الصيانة، وتم ترقيته إلى منسق سلامة وصحة مهنية في 2003. وفي 2013 التحق بقسم السلامة والصحة والبيئة لإدارة قسم السلامة، وتم ترقيته رسميا إلى رئيس قسم السلامة عام 2017. تخرج من جامعة غلامورغان UK 2008 ماجستير في السلامة والصحة والبيئة وإدارة الأعمال من جامعة الخليج العربي. فاز في برنامج نجوم السلامة الوطنية في مجلس السلامة الوطنية في 2014. مدقق أول معتمد للآيزو 14001 وأوساس 18001. اعتمد من قبل معهد السلامة والصحة المهنية كمدرب، ولديه شغف كبير وتصميم على قيادة الصحة والسلامة المهني. معك 10 دقائق.
10 دقائق, huh? I would like to have a round of applause first of all before I start. Thank you very much for attending here today. Let's vibe up the room first of all, 10 minutes. My name is Hisham, I'm from Aluminium Bahrain. I'm the head of safety in Aluminium Bahrain, and we are the area where we train employees on health, safety, environment, and fire as well. I was planning to talk about something specific, but with the stigma in the room, I have decided to change it at the last moment. So I'll take you back to 2012. This is the day that was very bright. It was Ramadan, by the way. And I was having a good conversation about safety with a colleague like yours in the organization. Suddenly, we heard the siren at 8:15. It's unusual to hear the siren in Alba. We hear it only twice, at the start of the shift and at the end of the shift. On that day, it was 8:15. It was never the time for siren. A call came after that to my phone stating that somebody died. It was as quiet as you are now to myself. I went to the area, I queried about the area, and I went to the area. I went there, I didn't see anybody over there. The scene was over. The employee was taken into the ambulance. He died in the ambulance. And what happened exactly is that there's a crucible, a big crucible that they wanted to lift. And while they are lifting, the hook delatched from the crucible, and it just tilted the other way where the employee was standing. It crushed him between the crucible and what we call the lid. I saw the remains of a human being on the area, which showed me that he was cut into 2 pieces nearly. On that day, it was a very quiet day in Alba, and we had the board meeting following after some time. And one of the actions that happened in that board meeting, where it was prepared to see the financial and organizational performance, it turned off to be the fatality. And one of the decisions that were made at that day in 2012 is to terminate the CEO and put another CEO instead. And this is where Mr. Tim Mori was appointed as a CEO for the organization. One of the things that we wanted in 2012 is health and safety, which was not that much promising. It was so difficult because we had already built a culture that was very difficult to move. And this is where we had the principles. Mr. Tim Moore came in, and we used to have 7 principles at that time. We used to have the best consultant of health and safety in the world. We hired them. But on that stigma and that incident, the CEO, as he was new, he terminated the contract. And why he terminated the contract? Because he says that health and safety should be our own. We shouldn't outsource health and safety. We should do it ourselves. And this is where we had kicking in the safety principles. If you read them in, it's ownership of safety, everyone's responsibility. And this is where we come as individuals, me, you, Doctor, Mark, everybody in the room. The second one is working safely is a condition of employment. Now, it is implicit that when you sign on the contract of employment, that health and safety is part of it in our organization. If you don't work safe, you don't work in our organization. As simple as that. The third one is all work-related injuries and illnesses are preventable. And I had many chats about this principle in specific. Some people say to me that, Hisham, when you are working, when you are in the environment of work, you cannot stop accidents. And you kind of see that we have statistics every year. In the UK, in Germany, in America, in Bahrain, there are fatalities, there are incidents, there are ill healths, so it's not stopping. But the essence behind this is to believe that we can prevent it. And if we believe that we can do something, we can achieve it. And these are the driver of our shift in culture. Our CEO, Mr. Tim Murray, brought a drive of direct communication. And this is one of the tools that I want to take you through. Communicating from the top to bottom. It was a direct communication. There are some experiments that have been happening to show how you can move the message from one person to another person, then to another person, to another person, and how it will change. In our case, we have the CEO giving the message directly to the employees. And one of the messages that were sent to the employees is knowing and memorizing the safety principles, the 3 principles. And imagine it took us 18 months, 1 year and a half, in order to make people believe in those principles. And this is where the shift have started. Another communication channel, let me say, or a drive that ALBA have been doing in the organization is the safety campaigns. When we have a safety campaigns, it's all about fun. Safety, when you talk about safety, people tend to be rigid, serious. We are not. We want to deliver a message, and we want to deliver it in the form and finest way for our employees. So we have themes that are crazy. We have summer safety blizzard. Do we have a blizzard in summer in Bahrain? Huh? Yeah. If you look at that and think about it for a while, 50% of the message have been reached. So you will ask, what? So that's 50% of the message. We have the safety jungle. And in the safety jungle in particular, we brought hyena, we brought some snakes, we brought a horse, we brought some animals and put them in the hole. And I remember one of the events that the CEO was talking, the hyena just, did something and he was, whoa, It was a jungle. We made it a jungle. But we wanted to send one message. Ownership of safety is everyone's responsibility at that event. We had also Change Starts Here. Mahmoud, you remember that, right? It's the pumpkin campaign, where pumpkin happens to be in America mostly. So we don't see pumpkin only in the groceries maybe, but we brought pumpkins to the whole organization and it went just orange. So Salona, he said to me, Salona. Hungry, we are going to lunch later on. So, these are the things that we do in order to send across the message. And right now, you are thinking about, wow, and I'm sure of that. Another mechanism that we are doing in order to reach to the employees is the visits. It's not me as a safety coordinator or a head of safety or a safety profession to go to the employees and preach safety. It's the executives. It starts from the top. So they take the time after working hours to pay visits for the employees. They are unplanned. They just go there, say hi to the employees, ask about the principles, if they know it or not, what is their problems in health and safety. That's it, sorted. Does it take much from your time? It does, but it's worth it. Another visits are the weekend safety visits. So the executives go to the employees on the weekends. We have also the Ramadan safety visits that are after iftar and before iftar. 2 years ago, we used to have it after iftar. So we thought that, okay, let us see how this works. So we had the accidents happening before iftar. So we changed that. Now the visits are happening before iftar. And it's an opportunity to have the executives and the managers having iftar with the employees as well. So you can see that they are taking the time from their families and putting it into the organization in order to have a safer and healthier organization. We have also the Eid holiday safety visit where they go in Eid holidays and any other occasions that people are there in the organization. Social media, and this is a new move that has been happening lately, like 3 years ago. Before that, we didn't recognize that social media has been so powerful. Right now, governments are putting regulations and laws in order to control the spread of messages on social media. But this is a very good tool for spreading the message of health and safety instead of rumors, right? So health and safety, we are there on Twitter, we are there on Instagram. From the Instagram, we have different accounts that are unofficial accounts for departments. So each department have their Instagram account. We have WhatsApp that the company is communicating with us. We have Blackberries. The CEO himself communicates with us through Blackberry personally, asking us about things, asking us about problems in health and safety. We have also the website, and lately we have driven a new initiative by Hussein Mansour over there. He's sitting over there. He have fixed his mobile phone, connecting it to the department Instagram and publishing one of the sessions that we have in the organization live on Instagram. And this was a move that was seen by the whole employees in the organization, externally and internally. And that was a very good move. And we are planning to continue those sessions on live Instagram. So this is how we send the message to the people. We are growing. We are becoming, or trying to become, the first and only single-site smelter in the world. We are building power station number 5. We are expanding. We are building the longest line and the biggest line, line number 6. And I'm sure that here, over here in the room, there are some quite good businessmen or women that are dealing now with the organization in line 6. By enlarging the organization, the risk is enlarged. And you can see that we need to put more efforts in order to have a safer and healthier organization. It does not stop on only sending the message to the employee. It does not stop only while you are having good performance, 0 fatalities and or less injuries. It does not stop at all. Health and safety is today, now, and possibly tomorrow. Thank you very much for your patience.